are you gonna
It's
cook?
adulting.
I'm like, yeah, bitch. I mean, damn, I cook all the time. That's the thing. I haven't been able to.
Hey. Come on in, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, okay. Return to the Mac, get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on Shark Week. Raw, time to go off, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. We go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Return to the Mac, get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, come strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT shit hustling. Chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over.
Shout out to my husband that was able to get that song as an intro. Great job to Angelus. Welcome to the Gray Pill Podcast. Tell I'm a lot more organized today than I am any other day. We have a lovely panel of women, and we are going to have girl talk. So let's start from the top. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves, if you have an Instagram, a YouTube channel, so people know where to find you.
Hi, I'm Betty. My Instagram is actually like weird. It's Cafe Avec Suc. And that's it. I'm from New York City. Well, from Jersey, but I live in New York.
Hi, I'm Robin. Thanks for having me. My IG is RobinK_XO, and I'm here in LA.
What's going on, y'all? This is Shamaria, aka Shushu. I am in NYC in the building. So I have a YouTube and an Instagram. Both of them are Shamaria. It's just my name. My first name is SHUMERRIA. Hit me up.
Damn, I am impressed with myself. The level of professionalism. And, thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Let's take a note from my hubby and go through these. We have Primal Studies. Yo, sir.
Hi,
Hi, Primal.
We've got Robbie Privilege. Hello.
Hey, Rob.
Robbie, what's going on?
I love this so much.
Brittany B. Brittany.
Hey, Brittany B. What's going on?
All right, so today we're going to talk about Girls Talk, and I'm really excited because, like I said earlier, we have a panel of all these women are very authentic and genuine, and we're going to start light with dating. I know what I like, but I want to ask you guys, what is it? First off, how do you like a guy to approach you if you're out in the wild and Anybody. Or if you want me to go, I'll go.
No, I like a guy to approach me in a natural way. I don't like the whole, oh my God, you've been running through my mind type of BS. Like those lines, I can't. I'd rather just, hi, how you doing? The regular talk, it's fine with me.
Right.
So all the extra, I can't.
So no lines work for you? Like,
no.
I had this guy the other night. You guys, you don't appreciate it though, because I had this guy that we were actually with Robin, and the guy looks at the floor, he points at the floor, and he's like, "Oh, you dropped something." And I looked down, and he's like, "Your standards. Hi, my name is."
Yeah. But that was funny though. That
cute.
was like almost like a burn, but like funny.
But that was
that was good.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate
That's a
it.
good one, though.
That's what I'm saying. So you guys don't?
But that was but that was like a line. That was like a joke that he did. That was cute.
Right.
The running through my mind.
I like a guy like who's
what happened?
a gentleman. Like that attracts me. Like that stopped me in my tracks. Like I never forget this guy. It was me and my cousins, and we were like leaving like the bowling alley, and it was a group of guys. They were actually coming to the bowling alley, and one of the guys was like, excuse me, miss. And like we just kept walking. He was like, excuse me, please don't walk away.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. Stop. I was like, okay, well, hello, how are you? He was like, listen, and he introduced himself, and he was just like so so sweet with it. I was like, oh, okay, all right, you got my attention. So I hate it when a guy is like this, all that. Psst, psst. Hey, shorty, shorty.
Hey, yo, ma.
Like, nah.
No, mine is yo chocolate, yo chocolate, chocolate. I can't. That one completely disconnected. Yo, chocolate. Yo.
This dude told me the other day. He was like, "Hey, Monica, yo, you so beautiful." Oh my God. Okay. Right. It's because of the haircut.
I like when somebody approaches me and like has just confidence and says hi. Like, hi, my name is, and just introduce yourself. Or if like me and Minka are out, if just somebody like kind of casual, like naturally and just says hi and they're confident. I don't like the lines either. Right. Lines are kind of weird. But when that guy did it to her, I didn't really get what he was saying. That one went right over my head. I don't think because I heard him correctly, but she was all about it. She's like, that was so good. And me and Marie were like, wait, what just happened? But now that you said it, I'm like, oh, that's what happened. That was actually pretty funny.
All right.
That's why I'm asking, because like there's a lot of guys that tell other guys that like, oh, you need to what do they say? They say, oh, they tell, and this is not a judgment. This is just for like, we're bringing education stuff, right? So they tell these guys like, just be confident. Girl, I hate Bumble. That's online and I'm not confident on that. This is me personally, I always thank a guy when he comes up to me because that shit's hard as fuck. Have you guys ever tried that? To go up to a guy?
Well,
I've approached a guy before.
How'd that go?
It was pretty cool. Well, I mean, just being fairness, I knew he was interested anyway, so that kind of helped.
I've been adding the extra milk.
No, because like what it is, like he was at work, like he worked for the transit system. He's like one of the conductors, and like he was like kind of trying to talk to me in between stops, but like he couldn't really hold a full conversation because like he had to like, you know what I'm saying? So I had a business card on me, and I was like, I can either just sit up here and leave it to fate and say, you know, we run into each other again and okay, this will happen. But if not, or I can just give him my business card and say, hey, call me because I know he's interested. So when we got to my stop, I stepped out and I was like, hey, are you married? He was like, no. I said, you got a girlfriend? He was like, no. And I handed him my card. I said, call me.
Ooh, you have a card?
The confidence.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, I obviously he was interested, but he just didn't have the time to talk.
When it's different at work too, because like I got approached by a guy at Home Depot and I'm like, you should not be doing that. So I feel like the name of the game is not approaching people when you're at work.
Well, I mean,
I don't have a problem. Oh no, I don't have a problem with that. The only thing is I've never like approached a guy, but I think that I'm free to talk to people. So they take it as me trying to hit on them. I just like having conversations with just random people. So that I've had men who think I'm hitting on them. I'm actually not. And then they'd be like, oh, well, why don't you just ask me for my number yet? And I'm like, for real? Okay. But I wasn't really interested. I was just talking. So that's how.
Yeah. Well, you're a flirt. I know you're kind.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am. Listen, I am a flirt. I am. I know. I try not to be, though, but I am. Just natural. It's okay.
Shout
Papi
out to
Blanco.
Papi Blanco.
I just want to say real quick, shout out Biting Chest of the Cat. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Oh, and hey, Black Man Unfiltered, I see you in there too.
Oh man, I'm gonna get to all the comments in a second.
Yeah.
But I want,
Have you approached a guy before? I'm trying to think because I could picture you doing that.
I have no problem doing so. It is nerve-wracking though the entire time. Like if I really think he's hot or if I really like him, I'm like, I like get really freaked out, and then I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Fuck, I need to do this. And then I'm like, something happens where I'm like, fuck it, and then I run towards the person.
But you know what? You'd be surprised. Guys like compliments too. Like that's an easy way to approach a guy. Just give them a compliment, like, like, dang, that
Oh
fragrance
yeah,
smells really
that
nice. Like, what kind of fragrance is that?
you
Like,
are
that smells really nice. But like, I really like that, that the shirt you're wearing, or
Really like the shape of your pants.
Oh, you can hit with this. You a tall glass of water. What's your name? You cute. And I'm telling you, like, they start blushing. They really start blushing.
Well, yeah,
But
I
girls night. Damn,
Everybody got
you
quiet.
have to
Like,
give compliments. You have to give. No. You have to give compliments. That's like the thing.
Right.
I'm the person who give compliments to everybody, but to melt someone is to tell them how beautiful they are, or how their smile. You say their smile. Oh, they smell good.
Right.
That gets
Right.
you. Oh,
Right.
Okay,
that should do
Robin.
that. Mhm.
Robin,
Yeah.
you are distracting me. Robin, do you have you approached a man?
I have. I've approached men, and honestly, kind of like I do. I'm not as of lately. I really don't. I kind of like. I'm more like the give the silent like look, right, and like maybe walk by. But I think in the past I would approach a guy and I would do it like, hey, like, but like kind of casually like that too, like, oh, I like your shirt or something like that. But it's kind of like, I don't know if they realize I'm approaching them, right? So maybe I'm not doing it right.
Girl, please shut up.
Oh,
This
sure.
woman is like a magnet for men every time we go out. I have to like protect her with a fucking SWAT. You know those girls, right? That it's just like you go out with them and they are just a magnet, because she's very like, and I broke it down this way. I was like, you have very like we just talked about, complimenting, kind, and inviting like energy. So it doesn't matter who comes up to talk to her. She's like, hi, blah, blah, blah. I mean, well, I'm like, you have 2 minutes. Come on. So
Well, do you remember the other night? When,
Your time and then like that's
no,
enough.
remember the other night? One thing I don't like when somebody approaches me. Remember the guy that came behind, and I was like, everybody was like, what did he say to you? This guy came from behind, and I just felt air right here, and I was like, like panic. Do you remember that?
No.
No? Okay, never mind. But yeah, there's certain things I don't
oh
like
yeah,
approach.
this guy was creepy as shit. He like came out of nowhere.
And over my shoulder, and it was just like breath.
Imagine
And I was like,
imagine we're looking at Shoo and a head just pops up.
No, I
Hey, yo. Let's keep it 100 women. The best
no.
majority.
I don't do the invade my personal space.
not that. Don't.
Okay, so can we all agree that there's a fine line where guys like to do that? They like to invade personal space and becoming real aggressive.
Yes. Oh my god, the hand on the waist.
Yeah,
like,
that is a complete. Don't touch me. First of all, no, don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
No.
Wait,
This is the zoo.
Don't
can
touch
we
me.
address what Primal Study said? Let's keep it 100 women. The vast majority of the time will subtly invite a man to approach them, but not holler at them directly. What you mean?
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
No, I agree.
Wait,
I agree.
women
I agree,
will-
Primal. I agree.
I agree with that. I'm sorry, I agree too.
I agree.
It's not all women.
because we're natural. We naturally want to be chased, right? It's like it's something with us. We want to be chased. But you know when you like something, so you might give an eye, or you might, you glance. I've done it, or like she
But
did.
there's
Robin, you get that little compliment, like I like your shirt. I like your
Yeah,
shirt.
I think
Oh my
sometimes
God.
we do kind of give.
Where did you get that
mixed
shirt
signals,
from?
though.
That's how to open the conversation. But of course we do.
Right, but I think sometimes we do give mixed signals, because like sometimes like we say things or we'll do things just to be nice, but guys read it as though like we want them. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially here in New York, like something I had to kind of like train myself away from is like speaking back to people, because being in the South, it's part of the culture to like just greet people, say to say good morning, or like to say hello or something like that. Like that's a part of the culture. Like you don't have to know the person in order to speak. But here in New York, typically when a guy says hello, and you reply back, he takes it as a signal that
You're like,
come and holler at you.
yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm being polite. You said hello, you said good morning, and I'm replying hello, good morning back. Like that. So sometimes, and it depends on where you are. I guess it just depends on where you are. Like women can't
dying.
Like for real, I had to like really train myself away from that. Like really. Because
in New
guys
York,
really like, here, they really read it as, hey, what's your name? No, keep it moving.
I mean,
they start walking with you. They start walking with you.
Right. Hey, what's your name?
Like,
Where you
I'm
going?
walking. How you
Wait a
doing?
minute. That's not what that means.
I will say it's the same thing here. I don't know about how many other metropolitan areas, but it is the same thing here where it's I don't know, man. You gotta eat.
Minka, remember when we went to the convention and we're walking down the street and that same thing happened? Because my family is from North Carolina too, so I get it. Like over there, it's like I remember the first time I was over there, they were like visiting my family and stuff. They were like, "Hello," the neighbors were saying, "I'm like, I don't know you." Like, this is kind of like because we don't really do that here too much, and but then over here when we were at the convention, I'm walking down the street, so I'm like, I started being like, yes, you just engage with people, you say hello, you treat people with respect, and Anna's like, I mean, it's mean because like, you don't say hi back, and I'm like,
oh yeah. No, okay, let me preface. We were in downtown LA. I don't care where you're from, but if you've ever been to LA, downtown LA is not where you walk around and you say hello to people. It's like walking in New York. It's the same thing. And this girl kept saying, hi, how are you? I'm like, bitch, shut up.
I said hi first.
You're endangering us.
Only. First of all, I'm imagining him saying that, like California.
Okay. No, first of all, let me say this. Is Shamari Harris is a hater? She knows she likes New York men. I'm not hating on New York dudes. I'm just saying.
Wait, what's this comment?
Major metros. I think it's not that they're rude. I think we got places to go, people to see, things to do. We on the move. It's not naturally just rude. I'm a friendly person, so I'm like I talk to everyone, right? Yeah. So that's like my thing. I'm like, hey, how you doing? You're so beautiful. That's
right. Okay, so it's safe to agree that we've all said the same thing, that we do appreciate guys coming up to us. We want to be noticed. We want the attention, and we want to engage. We are guilty of sometimes giving mixed signals, and they are guilty of sometimes misunderstanding signals. Right. And we are all scared of saying hello to people in the street.
Yeah.
No, the personal space is first. Like, don't come in my space. That's like a complete turn off.
I get aggressive when that happens because they'll come. And I'm 5'1", so they'll come in my bubble, like right here, and I push them away, like back up, because it's not. I don't feel safe when someone does that, man or woman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? How do you guys respond? Because I had this conversation with somebody the other day. If somebody comes up to you and you're in maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're not interested, but it took them like effort to shoot their shot, right? Do you respond politely? Because I know a lot of girls that are just like, or they're just rude, right? And it's like you don't need to. I personally think you don't need to respond like that. So I'm wondering how do you guys respond? Because I'm like more like the type like I'll be like, hey, thanks for like coming up to me and asking me. Like I can't, I'm either in a relationship or whatever the situation is. But I'm usually like, that was really cool that you took that effort. Like keep doing that with people, because I know it has to be hard. For me, if I'm going up to somebody, it's hard for me to do it, and guys, I feel like have to do a lot more. So how do you guys respond?
Robin, you're like such a teacher. She's like a teacher. Like, good job. Here's your sticker. I can't.
Where's my
I literally say every single time, I literally will either say no right away, just so that I'm not giving mixed signals and wasting their time, or I say no, thank you.
Right.
I either just say no or no, thank you, or I say thank. And if it's something like where they gave me a compliment, it's like, thank you so much, I really appreciate that, but I'm not interested, or no, thank you, I'm here with someone else, or whatever excuse that I have. I just make sure it's clear. I'm always clear. I don't want you. And sometimes when they're, especially when they don't get it, it's like, I am not for you. You are not for me. I'll start telling them like, I'm a man. I had a sex change. I had 5 kids. I don't know.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck those socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't care, Mika. They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
But that's what you gotta, as a woman, like if you know you're in a safe environment, like most of the places that I go to, I know the people that work there. I know the security. I know the servers. I know the bartenders. So I like have fun with it. At that point, they're not listening. I just keep having fun with it, or I'll pawn them off on Robin.
Don't do that.
It's there. She's like,
But you know what? Like sometimes, because I try to be polite about it, because I do know it does take courage to approach somebody, but I'll say, oh no, thank you, I'm in a relationship. But it's like when you're nice, guys say they keep pushing. Oh well, let's what's your number? What's your Instagram now? Oh, we could just be friends. Like, dog, you just approached me. But maybe to try and holler at me, you ain't trying to be my friend. You know what I mean? And I probably shouldn't be in the comments, but I was looking at Bible studies. He said, good looking man walks up to say hi, women. Women say, oh, he's cute. And a bad looking man walks up to say hi, ew, he's creepy. Well, I would say this to that. Into you too, Poppy Blanco, because I see you talking, so say it louder. Men don't go out of their way to speak to women they're not attracted to. And, I, at one point, didn't believe that until I noticed the men who I see pretty much every day, once they got the courage to shoot their shot, and I'm just like, or, they say hello every day, and they finally try and say, and I tell them, hey, I'm in a relationship or something, even if I'm not, I'm just like, I'm in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Just to get them away. From there on, they don't say hello. They don't even acknowledge me. So the bottom line is, that's cap, what y'all say. I mean, because y'all don't speak to women.
Wait, what does that have to do with if it's attractive or not? That's sort of not telling me if it's.
I think that people need to get over it. I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to,
right?
And it is what it is. If he's not if I'm not attractive, and he says hi, there's no reason why I'm supposed to be like, yes. Sometimes it creeps me out because I'm like, why is this person even coming to me, because you're automatically like this. Yeah, it happens.
But the difference is, this is the difference, because I agree with Stacey, and I'm glad that she said it, because there's there's been guys that have given me the creeps because they give me, like, I call it like the date rape vibe, the date rape vibe, where it's they are just they may be super hot, check all the boxes, but there's something about them that just gives me the creeps. And it's
of course.
Right. So there's that. And then there's this other factor that it's, even if I'm attracted to someone or not attracted to someone, I have had plenty of men that have hit on me that I was definitely not attracted to, but because they were respectful and nice, we had no problems. Right. Even the same night we went out, this guy, I was backing into the crowd to do some stuff. And as I backed up, I backed my butt back into a rut. And this guy was like this, whoa. And he tried to back up, and I turned around and I put my hands on his chest, and I was like, you're okay. That was my fault. My bad. It's that guy. And it's just the same thing. It's how you interact. Women, Angela says it all the time. We have a sixth sense about things. And when someone is too aggressive and too forward and breathing in our bubble,
safety is everything.
Nowhere, or puts their hand on any part of our body without any permission or knowing us, it's an endangerment thing. And we want to say, get away from me.
Yeah. Yep.
So it doesn't have to.
I think it's safety. Cause at the end of the day, I'm still a woman. I'm a tall woman. I'm not a small woman, but at the end of the day, if I don't feel, I'm 5'10".
Oh, you tall.
But no. But the thing about it is, I need to feel safe. So if I don't feel safe, I don't care how good you look. I don't care what you have. It is what it is. Next, I can't. It's the creep vibe. We have it's intuition. We all have it.
I think
if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
I think I'm still learning my approach and how to respond to people, but for the most part, I'm I respond, and she can say it from the other night. The guy that came over my shoulder, I was like, and then I was like, hey, no, thank you. But, thank you. And I still treated him with the same respect because that reflects like who I am and how I want to treat people. Right. Whether it's, and he ended up getting a little creepy. So I was like, hey, I'm just here with my girlfriend. So no, thank you. And that's how that one ended. Cause he started getting a little too like hands-on. He was sweating. He was like, it was too much. Right. But I think the response is for me, it's like, I don't know. I just keep getting that thing. Like it takes people a lot of courage to come up to somebody, but then to reflect back to what you guys are saying about the creepy vibes, there's definitely, we do have that intuition. And I think we got to really own that. Like, when something's off.
Yeah.
And it's not wrong to say no, but I try my best not to.
Really,
Let me give you an example today, right? Oh, go ahead.
Something really quick to Princess K. Thank you so much for the comment. And then just so that the guys know, you guys can ask questions, but I'm not going to be addressing when people are saying something is cap when you have a panel filled with women that are stating what their opinions and their feelings are. There's no right or wrong. You can take this information and do with it whatever you want. You could literally do nothing and say it's just a bunch of BS. I really don't care. But it's for questions. That's all. Carry on. What are you going to say?
Today I had creep vibe, right? So it's like a corner store near my house, and I'm going to get something, and the guy says to me, first of all, I'm looking at him, and it's like I'm looking at him like you're very audacious, but okay. So he comes and says, "Oh, you're so beautiful." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And then he was like, "Oh, can I come to your house?" No,
That's the part we're talking about.
that was, and so then that would have been okay, right? Because he's crazy. Automatically, that's craziness, right? But the man follows me into the store, and as I'm purchasing, he's still in the store. The issue with this is I'm going home after, so like you're not gonna follow me home. So I turn around, right? So the Newark in me said, I said, I stab people, right? And he looked at
Oh, okay.
I'm like, look, I gotta protect myself. I have no weapons whatsoever, but I just had to look like, Miss Mean. And so like he walked behind me, and now I told him, I said, I don't want to stab you. I don't want to go to jail. And then that's when he walked off. But the point is that right there, like that's not somebody I would talk to. This is not going to get my phone number. This is not going to get my attention. It makes me want to run. That makes me want to run. So men, don't do that. Don't.
Right.
Okay, so we talked about what we do like, what we don't like in approaching, right? What do you do for attractive wise? Like, how are you summing up, guys? I know how I am, but like if I see a guy and he's approaching me, do you guys already know if you're attractive? This is the question that I get asked. Sorry, let me break down super easy. Do you know if there's potential to sleep with them or not right off the bat?
Sometimes.
No.
Sometimes. Not in every situation, sometimes. Because like, I mean, and me and Betty were talking about this before we started the stream. Like, there have been guys I've seen, I'd be like, damn, he can get it. You know what I mean? Like, if we were alone, we in the right situation, yo. But I mean, but then there are some guys who, I mean, I don't know. You just kind of, after getting to know them, their personality or whatever, it's like, you know what? Okay, I really like him. So it's not always like right off the jump, whether you can sleep with a guy or not.
Mm-hmm.
I am a complete sapiosexual. I had to really learn that about myself. I have had really
Can you explain what that is?
It's about the mind. Like I have to have an intellectual connection. It has to be of substance for me to get to that point of wanting to have sex with a man. Now, there have been men I've been physically attracted to, and I'll say that I'll be like, damn, he could get it. But the reality is, if there's no connection, I can't get there. I don't know how I don't understand some women, they can see the man and be like, yeah, I'm gonna have sex with him and just do it. I talk that talk. That is me saying, I'm telling you, that's my cap. If I talk that talk, that's cap. I have to have that connection. Yes.
Well, I would say this: it means more when you have a connection, and it just, I don't know, is when you have a connection before you're intimate, like it means more, and it feels better. So.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I think if you're just like basing it off looks, yeah, I think you can you can look at somebody and think like kind of like she said, damn, yes. Like, but then here's what I've learned. Sometimes people like that, they open their mouth and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
no.
Guys can talk themselves out of it too. You be like, damn, and you was cute too.
Emotional damage.
That's the word.
So I don't know. For me, it's I like somebody who can carry a conversation, and I think so. If it was only based off looks, yes, you can look at somebody you're attracted to, but it's not like that for me. I think I thought I could do that. I thought I could do that in past. Like I saw a guy who's cute. I was like, okay, let's do this. And I got there and I was like, I can't do this. I thought I could do this. I can't. So bye. Poor guy felt so bad. And she knows exactly what I'm talking about. But no, no, because people open their mouth and then if they have it, then cool. But
right.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
When they approach you, like you see how you see him, he's attractive, and they just automatically start talking about sex.
Bye.
Does that turn you on or off? Off,
Bye.
right? Off. It's off, right? Oh, I thought it was just me.
Like that's all you got.
Like, oh, okay.
They be like, oh, you.
And I get it, because I will say that none of the women here on this panel, but I've met some girls that are in their early 20s that they're just. I never understood why guys would send DPs, the pictures of their,
Oh, yeah.
And I never understood it until I met this girl, 2:00 in the morning. She's texting guys, send me a picture of your, and she like literally found one to finally pick up the phone. She's like, okay, I gotta go. I'm like, okay, well, that's where it comes from.
Well, see, if you ask a guy to send a picture and he sends it, like you can't really be upset about that. But if you having a conversation and then
they send it, oh,
excuse me,
that's because I get where it comes from now. I can understand it. I don't like it, but I can understand it, and like I will go ahead.
But that's the thing. That's where there's difference in preference. Like you might have somebody who's like very in their energy and they just being promiscuous or wanting sex, and that's what they want. You might have a girl that's what she wants right now. That's the place where she's at, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's difference of preference. So you're going to have a lot of different people with different things that they want and how they approach things. And I'm like, okay.
But that's why I'm saying, like, I'm making a point of, like, none of us on this panel, we're all, like, I think above 30, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm only 12. It's okay.
Woman. Okay. But there are some women that would probably be like, oh, we gotta I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, I do know some women who actually like that because they want to see what he working with, so to speak.
Like,
I'm just
I'm just
like, what is it like?
right. Like I just for me, I'm just like yeah, nah.
You can focus up now, motherfucker, and say.
For me personally, I mean, I can do without the dick pics. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
later on
decide, okay, we going there. Just what I'm saying, let it be a surprise for me.
Yeah. There's a time and place. There's a time and place for the D pic. Yeah, like I didn't just give you my number and you give me a DP.
But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been excited and then it turns out to be really, really
disappointing?
Yeah.
Of course.
And you just feel like this is a waste of my time.
The ones who talk the most, the one who talks the talk, they making you believe that talk, get you so excited for that talk, and then you like, I had a V8.
Hey,
I could have watched. Look, I could have watched.
Hear from me again. Sorry.
I could have watched Law and Order when it aired. Like,
Okay.
why? Why?
Wow, Princess Lee come in
What'd
with
she say?
pictures too. She said, "I used to. If you send me a picture from the start, I will immediately block you." A rapper sent me his picture, and I proceeded to inform him how dangerous that was, considering his career choice. I will say this: whenever I get one of those, I usually send it and forward it to all my girlfriends, especially if it's interesting.
I told this one kid I was gonna send it to his mom. He got really upset. He's like, "You don't know my mom." I was like, "Yes, I do. I know your mom." And I didn't know him. He was just some stranger off the internet. And I was just I was like, "No." I was like, "You just like messed with the wrong person. You shouldn't have done that because I know your mom. I'm sending it to her." He's like, "No, please don't." I was like, "I'm just kidding. I don't know her, but don't be sending people pictures like that when it's not asked for." Like,
I feel like
Basic as fuck.
I feel like if you send those pictures like that, you're for the community. I don't like that community stuff. It's like, how many other people you done sent this to? We only know each other for like 2 hours. Why are you sending me this? I can't. No, no, you're for the community.
Can I say this? Women don't want a man who is like community penis either.
mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you my man, like I don't want you to, you know what I'm saying, to be community penis either. You know what I mean? Just like a man don't want a woman to have been, you know what I'm saying, for the streets.
Okay.
Like I don't want a man that was just like community penis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
Like
want that
No,
man-
once he's your man, you don't want him for the community. I
right.
can't talk about like if he was for the community before, I just don't want to know that you was for the community. Don't
Right,
tell
I
me you was for the community. Like
I'm
don't let
feeling-
it go.
Right.
I don't ask, don't tell me, it's none of my business.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I have been the only one you've ever been with. You've been the only one I've ever been with.
Yeah, like
No, because
no.
and the reason why I say that is because, like, you know, me and my homegirls have talked about this. Like, you know, like, if you end up, you know, talking to somebody, you really like them, and you know, y'all start dating or whatever, and then you find out like they used to date one of your homegirls, would you break up with them?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, I have pride, I have ego.
Mhm.
It depends. Like if it's somebody that's a close friend to me, first
Mhm.
of all, how did I not know? But
yeah,
if it's
that's true.
and then if it's somebody who ugly, I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not doing it. No, thank you. Like I'm sorry. I got ego, I got pride. Like you was with this ugly girl. What the hell are you talking to me for? Like we are not in no. So
He little points for that. Terrible.
This is seriously don't ask, don't tell. There's certain things that I just don't want to know. And one of them is like if it was like somebody I don't like and that person ugly, don't even let me know you was with them because I'm just gonna be completely turned off. It's not happening.
Primal just said something.
Well, there's two things before Primal. There's
Okay.
one that Stacy had mentioned. Where is she? So there you go. Any of you nope the F out just because it's disappointing, or do you stick around just to be polite?
Mm-mm.
If he's a gentleman and he was a good guy, I stick around.
Me too.
I do. I stick around and until it's time. Huh?
If I like
That's what I think about the vibe. If it's like a good vibe, like he was polite and stuff like that, then okay. But if it's a just all around an awkward bad vibe, I'm not staying.
yeah,
I think
I agree.
For me, like I can say this. I guess I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky. But like for the guys I've been in a relationship with, I've for the most part been satisfied. So
Right.
I mean, I never was in a position where I felt like you know, this is whack. The sex is whack. I'm out.
I had one. I will say this.
I did.
Like I like for the most part, I've been blessed. I have been more than blessed, and I count my blessings over and
Right.
over. But there was one time that this guy that I had liked, I had a crush on him for like a year. A year. He was the cutest guy. To the night.
Oh my God.
Oh,
And it was
so sad. So sad. That's that can't be true.
I can say
That
this.
can't
I can
be-
say this. I was dating this guy once. He wasn't very well endowed, but I mean the sex was still enjoyable because like he hit my G spot every time. He had enough to hit my G spot, and he
and
hit
yeah,
it
but that-
every time.
there's
I
a
was
difference.
like, that's on.
There's a difference because that one I've also had small, but same deal. This was
Right.
not that. This
It
was
went,
experience, not a node. It was
Hold
just.
I have one for y'all. You ready? You ready?
Uh-oh.
It wasn't that. It was just this. It was that they can I say the word came? They came too quick. Like
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
He
And I'm
reached
like,
the finish line too fast.
I'm like, I didn't even start yet. Like, and he done. So that one was so difficult because they were so nice to me. They were such a gentleman. They were, but that one part, and I had to be grown and like sit and have a conversation. I was like, I think you need to go to the doctor. Maybe you.
No.
Maybe you. I had to.
So let me say this.
Too many
because
times.
This has happened to me so many times. It's dumb at this point. And like Robin here, I'm like, it's. I mean, like it's like
That's somewhere to be. No, I took him to. We gotta go to the doctor. You need help. He needed help. I'm sorry.
So
this is the doctor. He needed help.
Was it repeated?
That's what I'm saying, Mika. This was like a few months, and I
Oh.
couldn't take it.
Okay.
Oh, never
it wasn't.
mind. Never
it was
mind.
A few months.
Never
He was
mind.
So sick. I was like, I'm like, look, because I said to myself, I said, geez, I can't. I'm not a cheater. This would cause me to cheat. So I'm like, I need. You gotta go to the doctor. He went to the doctor. He got it. He got it together. But the point was, it was hard because it's like you don't want to embarrass the person,
Right.
but then it's like, geez, after the first 3, 4, 5 times, like what the hell? Like, are you 12? Like, what is this?
Well, you know what? That brings up a question for me though. How often have you guys had conversations about sex in your relationships? Or with
the older I get,
because a lot of times what I mean, just listen from other people, general conversation and stuff like that. A lot of people don't have conversations about sex in terms of what they like, what they don't like.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love talking about it. This is why I like this. The same way I talk like this, obviously I don't divulge past experiences.
Right.
But I can say like, I like that. I don't like this. Because I think, and I also I think that's not, I don't hear too many women doing that where it's like, I ask a lot of times what is your favorite? What do you like? Because I'm really big on fair.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the older I got, the more easier it got for me to talk. Because I think it was like before it was like such a taboo. Like you're not supposed to talk. Like I was having it, but I wasn't able to talk about it. Now I'm like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't want that.
Right.
No, I want this.
Okay.
Or I can do this. I'll give you this. I'm not giving you. Yeah.
I think it's important because I feel like there's just this expectation of people just to know what you like or know what you want. And just in conversation with a lot of women don't know what it is they want or know what it is they like. You know what I'm saying? I think over time you should learn something about yourself. So in order to be able to tell a guy, hey, you know what, I like it when you touch me like this, or I like it when you do this, or I'm saying, let's try it this way, or let's, I want this, as opposed to just expecting the guy to know. Because I think for guys too, there is this pressure of women just expecting them to know how to play or please us.
Can I add for me, I have had like two quick experiences I want to share. I had one person, and I think I was just at this phase in my life where I was like dating casually, whatever. And so I just kind of didn't care so much. Like, right. I wasn't trying to hurt at this point. I'm like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm like here to have like a good time. And I'm so thankful for that period because I was able to speak up and be like, what are you doing? Hey, like,
yeah.
And I finally started learning to speak. And like, Betty, like with age, right? Like you start learning what you do and don't like. And then there was, this is for the guys, any guy listening, this is for you. The sexiest thing I've ever had was when this guy just paused everything. And he's like, I want to know what you like.
Right?
Like, I was like,
oh
Right.
Ah,
right.
I felt like
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. Ooh. Ooh.
So
no, but really,
You
it
are
was like he
right.
was invested in the details too. It wasn't just like
Mhm.
I just want to know what you like. He wasn't just saying it. He was like, no, like okay, and then what about this? Like he was really trying to learn my body and
Right, yeah.
knowing that
I
it's
love
different
it.
for different people.
Right.
So that was like
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, I liked it.
I think no, I agree 100%. The best, hands down, the best person that I've ever had was the one who until I'm satisfied
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
for him to get to that point. And that to me is sexy. It is everything. It makes me feel like a princess, honey. That one I
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Hold on. You're saying that are you saying that the majority don't wait for you?
Majority
some
don't.
of them majority
You have to
don't
tell.
and or they have this, men have this, I'm sorry. I love a man, honey, but some of them have these high egos and sometimes they get it in their head that they doing some stuff that they think is supposed to be right because the other one because maybe she or Tiki or whatever liked it.
Right.
And for example, I'm gonna be very honest. I love watching Law Order SVU, but I don't want to be a victim. These things that they be doing, like
I'm rich, bitch!
listen. So I am such a woman. I'm like soft and pink, and like you have to treat me with, be delicate. All that rough, rah. There's a time and place. For the
Right.
most part, I
Right.
am so soft, as loud as I
Right.
am, as big hands, as big as. Be soft and sweet. When you sit up here all like you got like guns and stuff, like
Right.
yeah,
Betty,
like
you don't ever
try-
like the guns and stuff in the
No,
not
listen, there's a time. Listen, there's a time and place. In the beginning, you got to make me feel secure, and to feel secure, you
Mhm.
got to make me feel safe. And I like, to be delicate. But when you on that rah whole mess, sometimes you just be talking. They be just talking too much, not doing anything. Be soft and sweet to me. That's what I like. Until we get to that point where we can be with the guns and stuff. But no.
Oh, right.
So the person in the comments who said I made the D go soft, just so you know, it was actually a woman. It was actually a woman, and because there was a comment, I don't know.
Plot twist!
Plot twist. So no.
Say it, Robin. Say it. Just when you thought.
With another person who liked it extremely different than I like, and so I had to tell her like, hey, like I'm different. So plot twist.
That's all, folks.
That's beautiful. Okay, so like I'm going through my dry season. Whenever I'm in a dry season, I'm like yeah.
Robin, let them know.
That's what?
I said hair flip.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go into dating. Let's leave the bed part for last so I can breathe.
It's getting hot in here, huh?
I'm bothered.
Are you a little bothered? Aren't you?
It's been a minute, okay?
Another hiatus.
God,
time.
can we just move on to dating? Move on to dating.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Speaking of, hitting it and, getting the game right to get the ladies, when you come home from a long day of work, when you're tired and your girl looks at you and, you're having a little trouble down there sometimes because you're so damn tired, your testosterone levels might be low. You see that blue pill on that corner of the edge of your seat? Please take that Blue Chew or Cialis. Enter code word Blue Chew or Cialis and get 15 to 20% off. If you're a first-time customer, you'll get 40% off. $15.99. Bingo.
Love it.
Not Blue Chew. What's the other? Oh my god.
Oh god.
Anyways,
I'm sorry, you were saying dating.
All right, let's talk about dating.
what do you want? Okay.
So what's the nicest date you've been on?
Ooh, that's a damn good question. Thank you for that question.
The nicest date I was on is actually a couple months ago. This guy, he took me out, and it was the first date. We, of course, had conversations over the phone, and he asked me like little things I like. He was like, "What's your favorite song right now? Like, what's your favorite fragrance?" Da, 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 da. So when he comes to pick me up, he, of course, is outside the car waiting for me, and he opens the door, and my song is playing. And he threw the rolls. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so sweet!" And so, he takes me out to this nice restaurant. And it went like really, really great. Like, we had great conversation, great food. And then like, it wasn't like this pressure, or like, you can tell how sometimes guys are expecting, or like they trying to come upstairs or whatever. And, but he got out the car, opened the door for me, let me out. And then it's so funny because, in one of our previous conversations, he was like, what's like, a guilty pleasure that you have, like a guilty pleasure food. And I was telling him, I was like, I love Krispy Kreme. I was like, oh my God. I was insane for Krispy Kreme. He was like, oh yeah. And so he let me out of the car, and he was like, oh yeah, before you leave, he had like this little box of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, that's sweet.
I was like, oh, this is so sweet. So
That's
yeah.
so thoughtful.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
Just like Robin's comment earlier, it's like he was like, "What do you like?"
And
Right,
exactly. Like invested into what you're
Yeah.
saying. That's the cool part, because some people will ask you and then they're like, "I'm gonna do what I want to do," but the fact that he actually took in details, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Right.
So
Okay.
what happened to that dude? Sorry.
Well, I was thinking it was gonna turn into a super simp. He wasn't a simp. That was sweet. But we ended up not working out because his schedule was so crazy. And he had a very demanding job. He made a lot of money. I'll say that. He was a six-figure earner, and but he worked for that money. He really did work for the money. So like he really just didn't have time for a relationship. So yeah.
All right, Robin.
I mean, he's still cool though.
Okay, so one of my favorite dates is actually a couple months ago too. The guy we'd been talking a little bit over like text and phone and stuff. So he started making a list of like things that we wanted to do together, and he would ask me like, what are the things I like to do? And I was like, I don't know, like yoga, I did a sound bath the other day. It was really cool. I would just talk about my day, right? So I was like, have you ever tried cryotherapy? And I was like, no. And he was like, let's go. And he was just like, kind of took the lead, but he's like, let's do cryotherapy for our first date, and then we'll go eat after. And at first I was like, wait a minute, like that's so weird. It's so cool because it's something I've never done before. So he found this place. He wasn't even from here. He was from Vegas. So he came out here and we went to cryotherapy. And then he had asked also like, do I like dessert? Do I like this and that? So he found this cool, it was like a wine place. And they candied the wine glasses a certain way, which they'd like patented. It was just this whole thing that he like put thought into because he knew I like desserts. So it was like, I think what made it so special was it was my type of interests, but also well thought out. And it was original. Like nobody's ever taken me on to go do cryotherapy. So I'm like sitting there freezing, looking at him like, this is awesome.
Right.
Cool for that. I mean, yeah, it was cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, weird, right? You wouldn't think like that's, I don't know. For me, I wouldn't think that's my favorite date, but that's probably one of the most creative, like original ones. So
right.
What about you, Betty?
My best date was with the person that I was with. So we met and I got dressed, right? I was like super feeling good. and then we were like supposed to meet like at the subway, and then it started raining so hard, right? Like it was summertime. Like I got drenched, right? Drenched. And then I like started crying because I got drenched because like I'm wet, my clothes is wet, and like I'm supposed to meet this person for a date. So then he ended up being there like 10 minutes after the rain stopped. And I'm like soaking wet. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home. And he's like, no, let's just come to my house. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming to your house. But I don't know. I'm serious. I don't know what happened. The usual Betty would not go, but I went. When I went there, he took my clothes to the laundry. He dried my clothes. He went to a store to buy a blow dryer for my hair.
Oh, wow.
See, that I know. Listen. So then, because we were supposed to go to a restaurant, and then we didn't end up going that day. I ended up going home, and then the next day we were like, okay, let's go out to I think he had like a barbecue to go to, and he's like, come with me to the barbecue. But when I get to meet him, he was like, no, I'm gonna take you to the date that we were supposed to go on. So we went to the restaurant and everything. So that to me was like the best date ever. So I know it was like so cute. I know.
You know what's something? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Betty. I didn't know you're.
No, I'm good.
No, what's funny is everybody's like talking about their favorite date. It's like all like kind of like meaningful, thoughtful little things. Nothing like, oh, the fancy car or the
right.
Everybody on this panel just said was like the memory somebody gave you, the thought they put into it.
Right. Yeah.
Take notes.
Okay.
I want to talk about this one guy. He said something to me recently. So like we were talking, and then he was like, oh, you remind me of this crystal, because I collect crystals and stuff. And I don't think he understand, like I would have probably dropped all my clothing. It's like, you're right. The thoughtfulness, like when somebody makes you feel so special in that way, it's everything. Everything. So Mika, what?
Oh, I wasn't rolling. I was rolling in my eyes because I know that I don't even have the comments open, but I already know that there's
Listen, first of all, let me call it Poppy Blanco Problem Studies. Y'all are killing me in these comments. Was it Zone 559? Y'all are killing me in these comments. I'm just trying not to look over it because I'm just like, oh my God, they're killing me over here.
I
didn't even open it. I literally have it closed, and I already know.
Yeah, no, I just feel like, I just know that Poppy's gonna. It's like, I don't know. Poppy looks like somebody who's like,
I have everything I want. Cap.
Right,
I'm a woman. Cap.
Right. Yeah.
I love you, Poppy.
I know. Poppy talks like he has like a whip, and he tells the woman to come here, like come here, come here, and I'm like, yo, I can't.
It needs to not drop that link, sir.
Nope.
Poppy said, I don't like New York men. I do. I like New York men. I like you. You're a New York dude. You got a nice accent.
He's got a special accent.
Oh my gosh, you told the man you like him. It's over. Oh my God.
Listen. Just because I said I like your accent, don't mean I'm gonna give you the draws, okay?
Honey, you know once you say that,
like, yes, I'm gonna get the booty. No.
You open the door. Now he's just gonna keep talking to you in that accent.
I will say, like, I've had some pretty great dates. I can't think of one that's like, oh my God, amazing at the moment, but there have been pretty great dates. And what?
Poppy with the double sign.
He knows the stories, that's why. It's and they end up, and like I sleep with a gentleman. Like the thing for me is like, you open the doors, you're courteous, you're listening, I offer to pay for dinner and you insist that no, all these different things, and by the end of the date I'm like, hey,
right. Yeah. It's the thoughtfulness.
Yeah, and that's the yeah.
You know what?
I'm blessed.
I think we just want to feel. You just want to feel special. You just want to feel like.
Okay, again, one time I learned that I can't call a friends with benefits a sneaky link. So he's not my sneaky link, but he was my friends with benefits. And like, even we went on a date and he was like such a gentleman. He like opened all the doors, paid for dinner, pulled out my seat. I haven't had that done for me. And the pulling out of the seat and then pushing it in when you're sitting down. I was like, I have not had that in a long time. So I've been really lucky with that part.
What about the conversations on all these dates? Like I know I'm thinking now, another thing that made that date great was the fact that the person like could really carry a conversation that fit my level. Did you guys have that too?
Yep. Definitely.
I'm
I think that's
sexual. If we can't talk, then what's the point? If I can't talk to you, what we doing?
Okay.
I'm gonna just be on Snapchat.
What about fighting?
Oh my God.
Not like fighting, but like so like there was one person I was seeing that I was really, really attracted to because he was just so manly. But we argued about everything. We didn't agree on anything. But like
I think that
I love him.
I think that
I
know what you're talking about.
I'm just kidding. But
I can be very I have a tendency of wanting to have discussions, and people could take it like I'm trying to be like defensive and stuff like that. I like a man who can carry it on, but I also like the man who knows how to dial it back. Like, let me get this for once. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like,
it's there's a difference between arguing without intelligence and things to back it up, and then arguing with the intelligence and the things to back it up. My favorite is and it's happened a couple of times where it's like we'll argue about something, or in the past we would argue about something, and I would think I was so right, and then bam, he proves me wrong, and I'm like, take those hands. Take those hands.
Yeah, that's a turn. No, that's a turn on. That's a turn on. If somebody can prove me right, because I swear I'm right? Oh, I'm like, oh, okay.
Prove you wrong.
Oh yeah, prove me wrong. Excuse me. If you can prove me wrong, because I think I'm always right. I'm like, oh, let's do this.
Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, you want to get in story? Okay, you know what? I have a nice date that turned into something. Me and my college sweetheart, we had been talking for a couple of weeks or whatever, and it was this incident that happened when he had lost a family member that was really close to him, and so we were I came by campus and I picked him up, and I had took him to it was a spot. It was an ice cream spot that we both liked, and we had talked about it. We had just never been there though, and so I took him out. And I took him to the ice cream spot, and I was like, "Listen," I had bought him some ice cream and everything. I was like, "Listen," I was like, "I know this doesn't make everything better." I was like, "But I hope at least for it right now, for this moment, it makes you feel a little bit better." Much of situation, because he was really down about it or whatever, and he was like he really appreciated it. He was talking about how much something that small meant to him, even though it was just ice cream, but he was like that one moment meant the world to him, and we ended up dating on and off for 8 years.
So you be going for that D. You be going for the D. I'm sorry.
No,
she be going for it. She be like, look, I'm gonna lock you down now. Let me romance you now. Let me get this. She
No, but I mean, we had been out, you know what I'm saying? For a while, because we had been talking for a couple of weeks at that point. And then when that happened, he was feeling down about it. So I picked him up, and then I was just I know this doesn't change everything. It doesn't erase everything, but I just hope for this moment, it just makes a little better. So,
no, you're the sweet girlfriend. That's cute. I like it.
But right. So I mean, and he said she shoots you that game. Listen. I am a romantic. That's my thing, my love language. I like to do thoughtful things for my man, and that just we were talking about how like the little things matter. Listening, like the little details matter. Like, you know, it makes a huge difference. You know, I wouldn't say like I'm a sugar mama or nothing like that. I like to, you know, spoil my man, like, you know, as far as splurging on him. But it's just like little details. Like, for instance, one of my exes, he was very ambitious, and he loved to talk about, you know, how he would, you know, he was also going to be successful and all this other stuff. And he was an actor too. And so what I did was, for a Christmas gift, I bought a photo album, and I printed out all like the pictures from different projects that he did. And I covered the front cover of the photo album and the back cover of it with all the pictures from his project. And I had a picture of him in the middle that said success. And like, you know, something that small, when I gave it to him, like his face was like, he was just floored. Because something like that small, like it wasn't a pair of Jordans, it wasn't like, you know, some flossy watch or, you know, nothing like that. It was like something like this meaningful. And I was like, you know, the inside of the album is empty, but from here, you're going to fill it with more memories, you know, and you can track your journey to success. So something like that, like meaningful things like that, you know, it's far more valuable than money.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I like to do things now where guys go wrong or where they mess it up. It's like where, you know, when they start like, say for instance, like you know, when I don't know, when they get
breathe.
this
Breathe. You got this. Breathe, woman.
No, like this whole, I don't know. I guess I don't know how I can say, like this whole macho like type of.
Oh yeah, yes.
When the sweet gestures turn into expectations and they're not appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's when, right? Yeah, that's when I'm just like, oh, okay, forget it. Because like, you know, I used to write poems for my man, and he was like, you know, for a minute I had stopped, and he was like, you know, I just noticed like you stopped writing. I'm like, why'd you stop writing? And I was like, well, honestly, I didn't think you cared anymore. Like, you know what I mean? I give you a card or something, you just like whatever. So I ain't matter.
Just because, like, I remember one of my friends talking about this, and she's a dating coach. I don't necessarily agree with everything she says, but I do like a lot of things. So the type of things that you're saying, those meaningful things that you do for somebody, because that's nice, that's special. I'm the same way. I like doing something for people that I care about. Like, I want to. And sometimes I think I do a little too much in the beginning. Do you try and hold back on that in the beginning of a relationship? Like, I mean, obviously, yes, like you're going to ease into it, but like, when do you think you start doing that? And do you think you start doing it too soon? Because I think for me, like I used to do it too soon. So now, and then I got to a point where I was like, well, I'm not going to do it at all. So now I'm trying to find that middle balance of like, okay, let me ease into this and see how it flows, you know?
Mm-hmm. I used to do it too soon, but like, you know, now I'm at a point where I learned how to ease into it. So it's just like little things, little by little. You know, may start with a card here or there or something like, or no, it start with a text. You know what I'm saying? Like a good morning, or like, you know, a couple verses of a poem or something like that. You know, and then like it'll ease into like, you know, cards or something like that, or just every so often, just something small that I know he likes.
Okay, because the girl that I was, the reason I brought her up was because her thing was like, you do not do that till she would say probably till you're engaged with them or it's a special occasion. And I was like, what?
No, fuck that.
I feel like that's not who I am though, but I could see how I could learn from her to hold it back a little bit, you know? I think at the end of the day, find the balance.
I think at the end of the day, you don't start doing those things until you actually see the quality of the man that you're dealing with.
Right. Do it.
You know what I mean? Like I used to run it way too quickly, and then after a while, what I do is I cook, I clean, I give massages, I do all sorts of things. I like poems, like giving little trinkets to show that you care. But I don't do that until I understand what kind of person I'm dealing with. So like let's say I go on a date that actually like that I do have a connection, that I know that like, oh, there's potential here, and the date goes well. then I'm going to continue seeing how they're doing. If they ask me how my day is doing on a regular basis, you're damn sure I'm going to ask you how your day is going. If you're involved in what I'm doing, I'm absolutely 100% going to be your cheerleader. If you are like, and so that's kind of how I've eased into it, where like a lot of the guys, when I tell them the stories of like me going on a date or hanging out with this person, even the guy that I mentioned earlier, I love him as a person. I think he's a great person, but he's not the person for me, right? And we have that conversation and we're cool. But like a lot of guys will constantly tell me like, what if? But what if? I'm like, I know what happens with what if. What if I end up getting over? Like, like guys know the what if. Guys also need to like see if a girl's about them, because just as we're saying, this means that a lot of people enjoy doing things that they care, enjoying doing things for people that they care about. So like even me,
of course,
relationship, but yet she'll come to my house with food and groceries to hang out for the day and just work together because we haven't seen each other. I'll go to her house and like fix stuff like her freaking tripod thing and like and just you know what I mean? But you're right, but it's you add value to what you like. And so if a woman is not adding value to you as a man, she's probably not about you the way you are about her. And that's the same thing that I'm saying.
I agree.
Right. Yeah.
If the guy is not about you, then that's he'll bring those things to the table. That's right. It's kind of like how there's like women that say like don't do wifely duties without being a wife. I don't believe in that.
Me either.
Intimate and I want to be with you, like I'm gonna want to do those things. But it just comes with time.
Right.
I think that
I don't do until we in a relationship, and then and even with that, it's like it's not every day, it's sporadic. Like cooking, I'm not cooking for you every day, every week. No, I will cook for you every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And that's because if you like my cooking and you want to be with me, you want to wife me up, then I cook for you, you know, on a regular basis. But like the only reason I'm cooking now, so you know I know how to cook. You won't feel like you're getting duped. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I do things I had to learn because I'm a giver, right?
Right.
I'm a giver. I'm a person who likes to fix things. I'm like the fixer, right? So I had to learn, because what ends up happening when you give so much, you expect that in return, and then you get disappointed sometimes when it's not reciprocated, right? So now to make peace with myself, because it's hard to change who you are. This is the core of who I am. I am this person, and I am a giver. I think I'll forever be a giver. I'm learning to more say, I'm going to give to the person who deserves this. And in that moment, this person, I did this for this person because they deserved it. Right. And that's that. Because without the expectation of what they're going to do for me. Now, that doesn't mean I'm boo-boo the fool either. You know, like that doesn't mean I'm going to just keep giving and giving and giving because at this moment it feels right. I think that you get to a level where you'd be like, okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough. But for the most part, that's how I've learned to scale it down a little bit by, I'm going to cook for you. I'm going to clean. That's just who I am. I'm going to do these things. But if you're somebody who don't appreciate it, then stop. That's it. That's it. It's over. It's okay.
So let me ask you guys a question about this. What do you guys feel about 50-50?
You're not going to like what I'm going to say. 50-50 what? The accent come out.
Like splitting the bills. Let's say we
this is not college. Well, college. This is not college. I'm not in college, okay? No.
Well, I will say this. Together, you can go farther financially than you would one person like picking up everything. Or if you work out a financial plan where if you work out a financial plan where you work together with the finances, like maybe one person's money goes to this and the other person's money goes to this, you could just go farther. Like you would be so much more successful that way, as opposed to, because the bottom line is this: this is a conversation we as women need to have. When you look at traditional relationships and how they were set up, men traditionally were responsible for all the finances in the household, but back in the day, the economic structure supported that. One paycheck could support a household, could support food. But things have changed so drastically now to where it requires more than one income to survive. But, you know, women are still looking at men like, you need to handle all of that. You know what I mean? Even the whole idea of us being pushed to go to college and stuff like that. Like, it was never with the idea that we were better than our man or anything like that. But what ended up happening was women start going to school, we started getting the better jobs and start getting a bigger paycheck, but we're still expecting men to pay for everything. You see what I'm saying? The whole idea of you getting a better paying job was so that you could bring more financially into the household, put your money together, and you can go farther. But women ain't looking at it like that. You see what I'm saying? So the whole concept of 50-50, you know what I mean? But when you look at the bigger picture, you can go so much farther, you can do so much more that way.
It depends on the man. It depends on the man. It depends on the relationship. I'm going to be very honest. I laugh because I don't believe in 50-50 because I'm not half a person.
Right.
I believe in 100%.
Right.
And when I say that, I say it in the sense of most of the men that I've been with are alpha males. So automatically the personality is that they have to be the one to pay certain things because this is who they are.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean that I don't put in 100%.
Right.
I'm giving my 100% in other ways that that may not be seen as this whole, you know, I'm paying half the bills.
Right.
But by no means am I just keeping all my money to the side and not spending it in the household. So for me, I don't believe like, oh, if the bill is $1,000, I pay $500, he pays $500. That can work for some people, but for me, I don't know a relationship I've been in where it's been like that. It's more I guess it means like what it means to that person. Most men that I've known and I've dated are not that comfortable that way.
Yeah.
They're like, they feel inferior if they were to have the woman pay certain things.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess you got to go with that flow. But no, in the dating stuff, like if I first started dating a man, I'm sorry, I'm not paying. I can offer, and I've done the test, Minka. I've done the test to offer to pay to see who the hell you are. And what you working with. I've done that.
Correct this real quick.
Got him.
I do the same thing, but not in the sense of like, if you don't like, I'll split it, but I'm probably not gonna, you know, do the thing with you because it's the first date.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's after the second date. It's okay to go back and forth after the second date. But the first and the second, I want to feel like a female. I want to feel like you're the man. I'm already aggressive, bro. I already have to be like work like a man, talk like a man, all these things in order for me to be successful in my everyday life. Right. I don't want to be with a man that's expecting the same thing of me. I want to be with a man that like I feel like I'm going to be able to, when I'm having a bad day, like curl up in a ball and have him hold me. Like I'm
correct.
That's what it comes down to. And if it's on the first date you want to split, then that's okay because there's someone out there for you that matches that. Right. And it's, so for me, it's just for me, the first 2 dates, I'm like that. After that, I'm good. But the 50-50 part, I think it always depends on the finance. I'm such a simp. Oh my God. I look back on the things that I've done and I'm like, God, you're so really. I like
learning lessons. Those were learning lessons.
That's what they were. But I was so in love.
I know we all do things.
I know. So I like the same guy that like, anyways, we were living together, 2-bedroom. He had the office and I had the room. Well, we had the room, but we were splitting the entire thing. and I was buying all the groceries, and I was cooking all of the meals every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I was doing all the laundry, and I was cleaning. And I look back on that, and it's like, in his eyes, it was 50-50. In my eyes, I'm like, damn, you dumbass hoe. Like, what the So, and now it's because of that I learned, right? So I learned all these different experiences. So I know now that what I want is someone that is better off than me. It doesn't mean that if I'm making 100,000, they have to make 200,000. It just means that if I'm making 100 and they're making 150, they're the ones taking us on vacations. We'll split everything else, or however it works, as long as it's in a benefit for both of us. And like, I know that like, when it comes to certain things, I'm not as equipped. I would rather have someone that's more equipped with those things.
Because some men think 50-50 is just the finances, but it's not 50-50 finances. It's 50-50 with the emotional, it's much more than that. And they just get stuck on the money.
For
it's
me,
like that's why I say
that's domestic responsibilities too.
It's a responsibility. It's
oh man, do you know what it's like folding tall ass guys' clothes? I'm 5'1". I'm like, and then king size bed. I'm like struggling over here putting the
because you said that he thought that he was doing 50-50 in his mind. Only the finances were 50-50.
Yeah.
Everything else became that woman's responsibility because they're like, you're the woman, you're just doing the woman thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I say to people, I'm 100% in, you better be 100% in too. And that goes all the way around. So for me, it's like, if you're...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I have the floor.
Okay. So you guys said something earlier, and this is financially, I don't believe in 50-50. And I'll tell you why. You guys said, I'll cook for my man, right? I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to give the kids bath, right? I'm going to make sure they're good doing, because you're the nurturer, right? Cooking for him. I'm going to go to work too, because now women work just as hard, right? We might not make the same, but you're working just as hard, right? So you're cooking, you're cleaning. You have to look pretty. You need to go to the salon. You need to get your hair done. You need to get your nails done. They want you to look a certain way, right? It sounds like you're doing a lot more, right? A man will go to work and come home, but you're doing all these nurturing, mothering duties and keeping yourself together, making sure the household's good, emotional support. And if you're getting that back from somebody too, like kind of like how you said, Betty, financially, I don't think it's 50-50 because people bring different things to the table, right?
Yeah.
Do I think you can't contribute at all? No, I think women can contribute. But like you said, emotionally, we're contributing as mothers. And if you don't have kids, you're contributing by showing up with your nurturing presence. There's different ways you bring things to the table in a relationship. But I think a lot of times it's like, if you want me to come financially to the table 50-50, but look at all the other, like, and I'm telling you all that other stuff takes time. Like even a stay-at-home mom, people think that's not a job. That's a whole job, taking care of a baby at home. And then if you add a job on top of that, and then you have to add looking good, and you add cooking dinner, and your man's just going to work, and then he wants you to pay 50-50, I'm like, it doesn't really feel 50-50 to me. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what
we also have to be. We also have to live in reality.
Finances. It's not just finances. That means 50-50. Talking about sharing the domestic responsibilities too.
Right.
And here's the thing. I think people have to redefine like what a traditional relationship or what a relationship is now in today's modern times. Because what used to work in traditional times doesn't stand in today's times, because number one, from the finances, it doesn't hold up, because the economy, businesses or companies aren't paying enough from one paycheck to support one household. So there has to be multiple streams of income on that end. And if both partners in the relationship are contributing financially, then both need to contribute to the domestic responsibilities, not just one person. Because like you said, it isn't 50-50. If you're contributing both financially and you still responsible for all the domestic responsibilities, that's not 50-50. Exactly. You know what I mean? And for a lot of guys, it doesn't make you less than a man because you know what I'm saying, because you contribute domestically. Like, you know, my father, my grandfather, all of them, they weren't too good to pick up a broom and sweep up some dust. They weren't too good to throw, you know, a load of laundry in the washing machine. They weren't too good to cook a meal for us. Weren't too good. Now, my daddy wasn't too good at it, but the point that he tried, you know what I mean? It doesn't make you less than a man to contribute to the domestic responsibilities of the household. So I mean,
it's about being, it's living in reality. People not living in reality.
Right.
It's reality. It's a reality check.
It's
you know, when you're vetting and getting to know people too.
Sorry. I'll fight you.
I'll fight you. No, what I was saying is like I think there's people who are gonna have like different wants and needs in a relationship. Somebody might want to like a woman in this relationship might make more than the man, so she's like, I can contribute more, right, financially, and he's better at these like the domestic duties, right? He just comes in for whatever. But that's I think when you're vetting, you talk about and see what works for you, because it's not that it's like a cookie cutter way, like he has to be the man, she has to be the woman, domestic. That girl might want to be taken care of, and that man might want to be the provider, and that works for them. But I don't know, it's hard to decide what 50-50 is. I think it's like that's part of the vetting process, finding out what do you expect financially, what do you like financially, what do you like in the household. It doesn't have to be any certain way. Just
one is they're asking you, Robin, you still that they're saying you still haven't answered the question, what is 50-50 to you?
50-50. I will say this. I think for the longest time, I would read pages that talked about 50-50 with men. So it's been ingrained in my mind, like women don't do 50-50. It's you're being a pick me and stuff. So I'm still looking at that for myself. It feels, when I hear 50-50, it just feels negative. It feels like it's not equal. I'm still figuring out what 50-50 means to me, to be honest. So I don't have an answer for you right now. I just know right now it's like you'd really have to discuss what that looks like for both people in the relationship and see if you agree with it. If it means the same thing to both of you.
And that's why that's why I said it earlier. Hold up, ladies. Let me get a sentence in real quick. That is why I said it earlier. It depends on the situation. It depends on the people. It depends on how much money is being made, because you should hit it on the mark when you're saying, like, we're not in the 1950s anymore. One paycheck will not provide for a family. And at the same time, just like Robin said it earlier too, the amount of work that it takes to do all the housely duties, and if there's children involved, and the meal prepping and all of that is it's extensive. It's a lot of work. And so at the end of the day, like, the question was just for everybody to answer. So everybody has their different answers.
Yeah, and I laughed. 50-50. My ass. I'm sorry.
I like Betty's answer. 100.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
So let me
say something. I am not paying. I'm not. If I'm paying on a third date, you my best friend. Next.
Right. Now I would say this. I won't pay. If I'm paying, maybe the first couple days, maybe like first 3 or 4 dates, I'm not paying. But
yeah.
But you know,
I have paid for dates. I have paid for a date.
Yeah.
And I like paying for a date when it's not expected for me to pay for a date.
Yeah.
But if you expect me to pay for a date, then you're my BFF. And that's all I'm gonna say.
And I get it. But the reason that I was raised by my mom, who's like raised me as if she was my mom and my dad. And so it's been ingrained in me to be fiercely independent. And part because I do love, we've talked about it, like when you love someone and you just give them, you know, I have to be careful of that. And that's why I only do it for 2 dates, and I offer, and they can continue paying. I would love that. Who doesn't fucking want that, right? But for me personally, I have to have some sort of independence as I continue to move through into a relationship. Otherwise, I can easily get lost in that relationship. So that's why I personally do it that way.
Right. Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not taking you to Mastro's.
My ex to Mastro's. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I have paid for a date.
It's a girl.
So what? It's still I took her there. but here's the thing. She was more the masculine energy and she wanted to pay for everything. So I wanted to treat her, right? And that would go for any of my relationships. But kind of like you said, Betty, it's like, I like being the female. I like the being taken on a date. But I also like doing something for my partner as well. If that means taking them on a date or do it like, you know, showing up with a surprise. But I'd rather take me on a date like most of the time. Yeah, I would like them to pay.
Yeah,
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the comment. I'm like, oh my god, people are crazy. I'm sorry.
Hey, but I'm not.
Like, I'm getting the pee.
I mean, here's I will say this. God dang it. Hold on. I will say this. I work really, really hard, and like the idea of having to pay for I've been paying for myself and like a friend that I have just because they're having a hard time. And it's expensive. It gets expensive real quick. And I work hard. Angelus can attest. So he's always checking up on me and making sure, did you eat today? Did you sleep? Like, so the idea that a man has to make that much money, be a gentleman, cross all his T's and I's and crap, have a good family, not have a history, and he has to pay for several dates to get the P. I can't. I hate that. I don't like it. I'm like, that's
if
so
the man doesn't have, I'm sorry. If he ain't got the money to date, he shouldn't be dating. He should be focusing on getting money. I'm sorry. I'm being very honest.
Right, but I'm not saying the date. I'm saying, okay, if let's say I'm a dude and you and I go out on 10 dates, that's 10 dates is expensive. We're about to go into a recession. Like, let's be real about this shit real quick. Like,
but and this is me. Not every date has to, like, I'm not this person. So I'm my love language is
break that part down, please. Break that part down because people need to hear it.
My love language is quality time. I don't believe in every date has to go out to eat and do all this other stuff.
Right.
There are simple things that a person can do. So men have this tendency of thinking like, you have to take me to these expensive restaurants, and they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. We love it. But I think that spending the quality time, it could be just going to the park. It could be just going to, like, for example, I like to eat healthy, but I love a damn Big Mac. You take me to Big Mac on the afternoon, like you take me to McDonald's, and it sounds corny, but just talking and spending time or going to the mall, doing these things are dates too. That doesn't have to break somebody's, bank account. So for me, when you're saying like they can get expensive, it depends on what they're doing. You don't have to take me to these 5-star restaurants. First of all, I don't have the energy to go to 5-star restaurants 10 times in 2 months. I can't. That's like mad clothes that I need. I can't. So yeah, like different outfits, unless it's different men. But if it's the same man, I gotta change my clothes. Like, no, that's a lot of work. I think that dating, yeah, you can take me to a nice place, but there's so many things that you can do that doesn't have to break the bank. So get creative.
Especially in big cities, like they have all kind of free events that are like really nice.
So that's why I wanted you to break it down, because I knew what you were saying as soon as you started. I was like, yes. But so let's answer this question, and then for the last like 10 minutes, because we're going to be closing up here pretty soon, let's talk about sex. So how many dates? So we can finish it off.
Finishing it off, huh?
How many dates do you
let me stop
for you to finally,
give it up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say this. If it's somebody I like, I just met, I'm still trying to get to know. I don't know. I mean, I guess just when it happens, like you feel the vibe. There have been, I've dated some guys where like we knew each other for a while, and then like when we finally did start talking, like, we did it on the first date, but it's not like I just didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? It's like we already had a rapport, like we already had a relationship, like not romantic relationship, but like we knew each other. You know what I'm saying? When it's a guy I just met, it depends on how long it takes me like to feel comfortable with him, like, I think that's what it is. It just depends on how long it takes me to get comfortable with him. I'm definitely not gonna give up on first night. But and especially if it's a dude I'm still trying to get to know. It's gonna sound crazy, but it's like I gotta get him. I'm definitely not gonna give up on the first night because I don't want him to think, because guys still have this thing of they think a woman's easy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to ruin that. But it was just however long it takes me to get comfortable though. After that, long story short.
Robin?
Okay, honesty hour. So I have given it up on the first night. And those are my last 2 relationships. I'm not opposed to it if that connection's there, but it really, really, really has to be there for me. Like you said, it depends if the connection. Do I like that about myself? I don't know. Like some part of me is like feeling a little shameful, and maybe that's something I gotta check in with. But I ended up in a relationship with them, right? So what can I say? It worked out, right? But I would say, moving forward, I get what you're saying. Most guys will tend to think like, oh, you're easy if it's the first date. Even the guy that like I was with, he was telling somebody, he was telling Minka, he's like, usually this is this, and I was like, you and I did it on the first date. Like,
right.
Like he didn't think that way about me for whatever reason because we were connected. But there has to be a connection there. If there's no connection, I'm just not going to, period. It's not how many dates I'm going to stop dating you. I'm not
exactly.
Connection.
Right.
Robin's back in the game.
Not how many dates I'm going to stop dating you?
Huh?
No, she's saying it's not like she's counting how many dates until we stop dating. Like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm not counting. Sorry, it could be first date, it could be third date if we have the connection. It's when I feel it's right. Like I've done it the first date, I've done it third date, and then if I don't feel connection, I'm no longer dating you. Yeah. And I'm not doing that. So.
I have done it on the first date, and I end up marrying the person. So it is what it is. I have done it on 10 dates, and it was a hot mess, and I felt like I wasted this whole time. I could care less what someone can think. I go by like how I feel. If I feel like doing this, no regrets. That's me. I'm like, I did it because this is how I felt. It is what it is. I think it's just the 2 people. The way you vibe with one person may not be the same way you vibe when you meet somebody else. So it's all about that vibe. And it's like I say, if you make me feel safe, and I, and secure, and you give me that attention, you're gonna get it. You more than likely might get this. It's okay. It's okay. It's
right.
It's okay. So no, I mean, do I believe men believe that if you give it off on the first date that you lose? Some may have that mentality and some don't. I don't. Frankly, it's all about the vibe, how you make me feel. Or how it feels, child. I don't know.
Okay.
How it feels.
Okay.
Mika, as we lead into the next portion of this discussion, I would love to ask you how many days it take you, but I really want to ask you, do you feel it first?
You were saying?
Sidebar, I am my friend. This is the honest truth. All this, what it looked like in the sweatpants. Girl, if you don't touch it and feel it first, just touch it. I'm all about, let me know what it is first. You can make your decision after. I need to see it.
I've slept with that I've gone on a date with in the last 6 months. So it's I don't care. I like them. They were each one, and it's been 3 or 4 guys in 6 months. 3. Yeah, it's been 3. So, and it we went on dates. We went on a date, and they were a complete gentleman, and everything went well. And then at the end of the night, it was great. It was a great date.
Right.
Listen,
I
will kiss and touch. I'm sorry, kiss and touch.
Oh,
Kiss,
for
kiss?
sure. No, 100%. Well, and here's
Kiss,
the
touch.
Here's the thing though, and this is the part where like I feel like I've been lucky and blessed is like even if it's not like it's still I've been lucky where it's like they know how to work, they know how to like there's nothing like a guy that puts in that work. It's like god damn. But so
He can't put in work with this. I'm sorry.
I've had
This
that.
and work. No.
Well, not
These
this.
thighs,
This is really
Minka,
but
my thighs are too heavy for that. This, you're gonna get lost. You're gonna get lost.
Baby, I'm
This is
5'1".
like-
I got a small bubble butt, and that's it. I'm good.
I know, but I have thunder thighs, and this. What are you doing? What are you doing? What? I'm sorry. No.
But that's
No.
so it's. I haven't really. There's only been a couple of times where I did like reach for it and grab it first to see. But the rest of the times I've been really. I mess with guys that are like everybody says it's a simp if they take you out and they take you on a date and they know what they're doing. I'm sorry, but every time that I've been on a date with someone like that, I'm like crawling and like in fetal position later, like all messed up. So
And she's hot again.
This is why I saved it for last because I knew this was gonna happen. I'm like,
damn it.
Gonna be okay, Anna. Get some ice water.
It's okay.
But here's the thing: is that like I also went on like a celibacy thing, right? Because like and it wasn't even on purpose. I just couldn't. It's kind of like you said earlier. I needed to have that connection, and it's not even like But I also think that it's dangerous to be completely celibate for that long. It was like 8 months, and I had done that once before, where I was like a year and a month in my 20s, and it's good because it feels like as a woman, I really was by myself. I got to know myself. I showed up for myself. All these things that self-love, right? So I can be better prepared for a potential suitor. But this last time of the 8 months, like I'm in my prime. If you look at my Instagram, it looks like ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Like the way to, if you know me, if I am active, then I'm quiet and I'm reserved. But if I'm not active, I'm like shaking the butt. I'm
It's so true.
Huh?
I said so true. I can
it's
confirm.
It's weird. It's like I'm so active emotionally because I'm not getting that satisfaction that I'm overly, I don't know.
You're not me.
You become very sexual. Like you want to be sexy.
I'm
Yeah, I
already
get it.
that way in turn. That's a part of who I am. Like truly, you know how like people think that way? It really is.
Minka, you're the meme. You're the meme where it's like, if you think I'm flirting, I'm probably not. If you think I'm not flirting, I probably am.
Right. Well, here's a single truth that still hasn't quite grasped yet. Women are just as sexual as men, like because we are sexual.
I'm more.
Like if anything, I hate to hear dudes be like, "Oh, that's just a man's nature." No, women want sex too. Like we horny too. You know what I'm saying? It's just a society like socializes us to be
No,
a
I
certain
think-
way, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like
men
women
like
are
to
supposed
jump.
to be sexually reserved, sexually conservative, whereas men can sow their royal oats and it's okay.
I've
And
heard
you're just expected to settle down at some point in your life.
I've
But
heard-
like, you know, to be openly sexual as a woman is frowned upon. Like even now, like it's like people criticizing, oh, all these chicks out here, they 304s and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to shame women when
there's a difference. I disagree. There's a difference between sexual and being a hussy. I may dress however I want, but the way that I carry myself with integrity and how I choose to treat people, and including myself, and I don't go home with anybody from the bar. I don't take guys home like that.
Right.
That's a difference. I just feel like a lot of the mainstream media, what you're talking about, like the 304 and all that, like
right, yeah,
that's a different animal. I feel like that's like the same as like when the guy is like, you must obey me because I'm a man. Like that's a
right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's what you push back from me, like you know, you ain't cooked nothing. No. Well, where my dinner at? It's in the freezer. What you talking about? You know, that's when you get that kind of attitude from me. Like, what you talking about?
Your legs.
Okay. But yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
I think that I am like, if I'm not having sex, right? Let's say I'm going through this thing where I'm not having sex, right? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm chill. But the moment I have sex, I want it all the time. And it's like, if I don't get it when I want it, I become this, you don't want to be my friend at this time. I'm not the nicest person. I get a little.
Oh, you don't want to be like, yo, can somebody take over the team and just
hangry, like hangry when they're hungry. I'm sangry, whatever the hell you call it. I'm like sangry. Like, don't talk to me. I don't want to see. I don't want to talk to nobody. Just give me the damn sex. That's me. That's who I am.
Right now?
What?
Huh?
So is that why I'm depressed right now?
yeah. Like it's like the hangry for no. Like if I don't have it, I'm okay. I'm fine. I could chill. I can go on for months, and it's not on purpose. It could just be like I'm just in that thing. But if I get it, you want to play games. Oh no, child. Then I start being like this. I'm this. It's like, oh my god. I don't want to be like that. So I'm trying.
Let me ask you this though. Do you, because I go through, I'm at the period where it's like before you get to the I'm chill without doing anything for a while. I go through this period, what you're talking about. I have to like, it's like I've been doing heroin and I'm detoxing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
And all you do is talk about it. You think about it. You get hot about it.
So
you get sad about it. About it. You want to hear about other people's stuff, and you're like, "What the hell? That's what she's doing." I get it. It's like, oh my god. Yeah. And then you get mad if they have the opportunity to have sex and they didn't have sex, and you're like, "Why you didn't do it? What's wrong with you?"
Boo! Hey, Erykah Badu, that was real gay, my nigga. Cut that out.
Yeah.
True, that's so true. That's like
listen. Yeah. I've been through those stages in multiple times in my life. At this time, I'm smiling.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm smiling.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Listen, my advice is just come to my side, Meek. It's okay. Just come over here.
Listen.
Come over to the side of happiness. You'll be happy. Just stop. Just give it up. Just let it go.
Just make her happy.
Let's just go.
It's gonna make you happy.
Oh, she's confused. She's like, "Well, how's Betty gonna make me happy?"
Yeah, I'm confused.
Nothing. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
No, I said just make her happy. Betty's gonna make you happy too. Just do it.
I'm scared now.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's not what you think. Don't be scared.
I need one of Raw B fans right now.
I know one of the emotional damages.
Okay.
No. It's
okay. One last question and then we'll close it up. No last questions. It's 8:00. Do you guys have any finishing thought? I was just going to ask another sexual question, but we don't need
size
to.
matters.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sorry. Size matters. Y'all can act like you don't. Size matters.
We had a panel about that.
I love how this is telepathic.
Okay. I got a question.
Size matters. Shoot,
I'm pretty sure, guys.
Stop giving.
I'm gonna want to know the answer to this.
It matters.
Okay, so if you have a guy who is not well endowed,
look at my face.
What is the question, Betty? Like, what is he supposed to do about that? Like, anybody in the chat know? Like,
Start reborn. I don't know, rebirth. Start all over again.
Be reincarnated, like Kevin Sanders say. Boop.
Yes, we have streams outside.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Cause I mean, I don't know a solution to that really.
Well, what if? Okay, so question.
I think he needs to learn how to satisfy a woman in other ways.
Yes.
Sometimes there are people who don't have size and then they act like they can't do nothing else. So to me, it's like you gotta compensate. It's just like not every woman is, you know, I'm not this supermodel, you know what I mean? Like you have to do everything. You know, you gotta compensate in other ways. There's certain things that I know how to do.
Right.
I feel like I'm gonna give you certain things that's good. Give me something good too. That's it. Right. I know what I'm giving. Give me back.
Okay.
Give it back. Give it back. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
maybe for that I believe in 50-50. Ah.
Well, anyways, so when these ladies can breathe for a moment and recover.
I got hot. Listen, I'm getting
hot. You got heated is what you did. Thank you so much for the panel to be on. I mean, thank you. Damn, I'm thinking about it. Welcome to the podcast again. This was the women's panel on Tuesday. Next week, we are going to have the men's panel again at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will be back to our co-ed panel on this Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I would just like to thank everybody in the chat for their input and their questions and supporting and liking and sharing and subscribing, as well as the ladies in this panel. I really, really appreciate all of you guys for coming on and being so authentic and honest, because it's not very often that there's like a group of women that are willing to do it. If you guys want, we can now go. Yes, thank you, husband. We will now go around and do final thoughts and close it off.
Oh, me? Okay. Final thought. I think that, you know, men just be sweet to women and women be sweet to men. It's like give the positive to get the positive. So I'm all about that. And size matters.
Lord.
Your laugh.
Black Lives Matter campaign. Black Lives Matter. Size matters. Size matters.
Like size matters.
Juju, why does your laugh sound like the damn video that we have on here where he's like,
oh my God.
Every time you die of laughter, every single time, I'm like, where have I heard
that? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Right. I'm sorry. Okay, so
my bad.
My final thoughts are, I think the biggest takeaways is well, learn how to, number one, read signals, you know what I'm saying, of a woman. And before you approach her, don't be creepy. Be cool, be yourself, and be a gentleman. Be thoughtful, attentive, listen. And yeah, play your cards right. You might get sex on the first date. Just make sure that you packing. And if you're not, learn other ways to satisfy a woman. Like learn a female's genitalia, what a G-spot is, and learn how to find it. So, you know, whether you packing or you not, as long as you find that G-spot, honey, you in the game. Call yourself, you EA Sports, honey, you in the game.
I love this panel. I love them. My final thoughts are to the women on this panel. I love that we're talking about this and that it's like much more acceptable to talk about these things, or we're making it acceptable, whether it's acceptable or not. This is good because we, like you said, we think about sex just as much. So guys know that we like sex too. The other thing I would say is remember what we said when we were talking about our best dates. Nowhere in there was it like money, fancy, or anything. Come show up authentic, be thoughtful, listen when we tell you things we like that. Just listen, pay attention. And what else? I think that's what I got. I love this panel. Thank you guys for having me.
No. It's getting hot in here.
She gotta say something.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
Right.
I'm serious now.
I don't
Go
even
ahead.
remember the
Phone call.
conversation anymore. I think that everything that was said here was honest and truthful, and I gotta go find something to throw me against a wall, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love